This is a Fluke 1912A frequency counter. It's an older unit. These came out, I think, sometime before the 90s. I know it was in the Fluke 1990 catalog. It has the same case style as the old 8000 series digital voltmeters, like up here. I have a bunch of these. These are nice. I really like these. These go back actually to the 70s. The old 8000. This DVM is an 8000A. It's an older one. But anyway, this frequency counter, I found at a Hamfest. It was actually laying in a pile with some other junk, all non-working, so I got it for just a few bucks. But it was muddy, dirty. It looked like it had been misused for a while. So I cleaned it up. The guy said, of course, none of this stuff worked, which he wasn't lying. I brought it home, plugged it in, and of course it was dead, which I thought, well, that's good. That might be easier to fix in that case. But what I found when I opened the thing up is this was had the option 1, which is a battery option. So inside of this unit were 4 very old NiCad batteries, all dead, of course. So I found that the reason it didn't work was because of the dead batteries, and evidently the power supply was unable to charge them, and the unit was completely dead. Anyway, I didn't want to run it on batteries. I'm going to run it on a bench, so I came up with a different solution. Here's a look inside of the supply here. I may replace some of these tantalums. This is the inverter board here. This is what takes the battery voltage, if you're running it on batteries, and creates the minus 12 volts. The batteries were mounted in here, in these holders here. I just removed them. What I did, I mounted a barrel connector on the back, which is here. I have a filter cap, and I just tied it into the battery terminals just to see if it works. And the manual is available online for this thing. Here's the schematic of the power supply. This is the battery option, the 01 option, and then it also has the line operated supply here. The nice thing about this one is it has the 04 option, which is the 0.5 parts per million time base, which is nice. Here's a front view of the unit here. There's 2 inputs, input A and B. If you're measuring frequency, input A goes up to from 5 hertz to 125 megahertz. Input B, 50 megahertz to 520 megahertz. I'm powering the unit from a 5-volt wall wart. It's a 2-amp 5-volt wall wart that just feeds the inverter. That's powering the unit. This counter is quite sensitive. I've got an HT in my hand here, and I'm going to key it. And as you can see, this thing responds within a fraction of a second. Here it's picking up a UHF 444.45, and here's a 146.55 megahertz. I'm going to calibrate it to my GPS standard here. But I can go across the room. This thing's quite sensitive. Okay, I'm about 15 feet away from the bench. Got a handy talkie, and I'm going to key it In just a second here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see how quick this responds. Okay, I'm going to key it right now. Key down, key up. Key down, key up. And on VHF, it's from about 15 feet away. So if you see one of these at a hamfest, I suggest you pick one up. They're pretty nice. They're older, and you may have to replace a few parts. Especially watch the tantalum caps in these things. They tend to go bad in all of these old units here. And this unit's pretty old now. It's going on probably 40 years old. So you may have to do a little work, but it's quite a nice little unit. Anyway, that was just a short one for today. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.